Hello. Guess what? I'm back. Yes, indeed. My fellow NEETs, my friends. It is time for yet another episode of How to Be a NEET. This might be a weird episode because we're going to talk about NIGHTWALK. As you can see, the title of this episode is NIGHTWALK. And we're just going to talk about, as you know, there's like every now and then there are these threads that are basically about guys who go out late at night for like these introspective walks, journeys through the darkness in the city to think, listen to music, or just sightsee, or just clear your mind out or whatever. But before we get into that, as you know, we always have a side topic. This one is semi-interesting, I think. Wait a minute, Mitsuru, where are my notes? I forgot what we were talking about today. Give me a second here, I gotta scroll through these. I'm a fucking beast, more music. I came to church, I came to work. Oh, NIGHTWALK, here we go. All right. Now today, we're gonna talk about quotation mark, fembots, quotation mark. Because every time somebody on R9K mentions fembot, you always got to add the quotation marks, because it's like, can a girl really be a robot? And I gotta say, fuck nah. Fuck nah, man. No offense to the ladies out there, because my opinion is always that whether you're a NEET, a normie, a man or a woman, black or white, life is always just too damn hard. But in this particular situation, when we're talking about robots, and being a robot is most in line with, or most associated with, being lonely, not being, not really having a lot of intimate relationships, not being very socially fluent, being socially awkward, an outsider, an outcast, things of that nature. So the reason why me and a lot of other robots tend to believe that girls can't be robots is because girls don't really have the same problems that guys do, as far as fitting in and things of that nature. All right, first of all, girls have much lower expectations than guys. Guys, we have to compete with motherfucking 6'5", 8-inch dick, muscular, tough Neanderthals. Like, we gotta stand up to like bullies and shit. We gotta worry about getting beat up. And compared to like prime specimens of men, beta males like us, we don't really stand out. Girls don't want to fuck with us. Even like beta bitches, like the lowest of the low of women, somebody out there will want them, because they're just easy pickings or whatever. But also things like charisma, guys got to be charismatic. We got to be confident. We have to know how to socialize and dominate the social atmosphere. Girls don't have to do none of that shit. They can be shy, they can be introverted, they can have low self-esteem, quiet, all of those things, and they don't suffer at all for it. That's one of my main reasons for thinking girls cannot be robots. It's just the expectations on them are just so low, Whenever you look at like what a girl wants out of a man, like it's just this crazy list of demands. But a guy typically just wants two things: don't be fat, don't be crazy. And it'll be a bonus if you're at least halfway loyal. But girls, they want you gotta, they want you to have a. I mean, ignore like the physical shit. You gotta be confident. You gotta have, a job, good income, preferably your own place, a car, ambition, things like that. Other girls gotta want. It's so much shit. But also, girls are safe. Like I said, like we gotta compete with big ass linebacker football motherfuckers, man. And I know girls, they worry about being like attacked and raped and shit like that, but I think guys have it way worse. I think that most guys will leave girls alone. Like that's like a no-go zone for even like the most aggressive males. They know not to put their hands on a woman. But between men, anything goes. Like it's basically talk shit, get hit, So I think we're dealing with a lot more as far as like danger with the people that we're competing with. Girls, they compete in terms of like beauty and grace and looks. Men, we compete, in looks, but also power and strength. I remember even the pretty boy at my school who was popular with the ladies. Guys always wanted to fuck with him and shit. They always was testing him and shit. So it's just crazy, man. All right. Also, girls never have to be alone. I mentioned this on R9K several times, but I've been checking out Reddit lately. Yeah. And one thing I noticed that was funny to me is that they have a forever alone board for the girls. But here's the thing, their board is, I think it's password locked or some shit. Like you can't just go there and post. And it's obvious why they have it set up like this. Because if anybody could just go on their forever alone board, then you would have so many guys asking them out, wanting to date them, wanting to have sex, wanting to chat with them and everything. Like it's so silly when you think about it. They have a forever alone board, but because they know guys are gonna come to want to date them, they have to lock it. Like, isn't it? That's just fucking insane, man. That shows how for girls, they really don't have to worry about being alone. They have to force themselves. They have to isolate themselves to really be alone. Whereas men, we have to build ourselves up, create value, make ourselves valuable to even penetrate social circles. Not to mention dating apps like Tinder, OkCupid, Plenty of Fish. If a girl makes a thread on 4chan saying, I don't care how ugly or fat she is, make a thread on 4chan and say, I'm lonely, I need a boyfriend, you're gonna get at least like 10 to 15 guys hitting you up. If a guy does the same thing, if he's not at least like an 8, even if he's an 8, goddamn, like bitches don't give a fuck. They're not gonna hit him up like, oh, I'll talk to you. They don't give a shit. And finally, bitches can't lose. Like, women cannot lose the game of life. They fuck themselves over by being greedy. And this is why. For a woman to be successful, the way I see it, the only thing they have to do is find a beta male. And I hate to say it like that because beta male just sounds so like you're less. I'm not saying like they gotta find somebody that's less, but you know what I mean. Like the guy that's maybe not the hottest. He's not the tallest. He's not the most aggressive, thugged out, whatever. But really just find a guy that's level-headed, stable, is generating income and stuff like that. And, have a kid by him and you're set. You're good. Like, from what I've seen, most girls, especially where I'm at, because as you know, I'm black, I'm in the hood and shit. Most girls fuck themselves up by going for, the most attractive, aggressive guy, even though he might not necessarily be the best parent or have like any type of stability going on. They go for these kind of guys and end up having a baby by them because, girls all in their feelings. They think they won't, but they gonna end up having a baby by that motherfucker because they fall in love and shit. And then it's just downhill from there. Girls have no reason to lose. All they gotta do is find somebody that's level-headed and stick with him. But no, you gotta get greedy. I just had to get it off my chest. Girls cannot be robots. Though, I have to say this, and somebody really opened my eyes to this, but I have no problem, because I know some guys, they don't even like bitches like posting on like, like kind of loser forums or whatever, where a lot of lame ass motherfuckers like us post. But this guy once told me, he said, feminines, girls play a certain role on places like R9K, and they act as like planets and they absorb like the thirsty beta males, like they keep them occupied so that like the omega males can focus on like the other threads, and not have to deal with the normies and the thirsty betas. Fembot threads attract failed normies, guys that still trying to desperately get some pussy and shit. Like it attracts them, so it keeps them from the other threads. So they do play a role. It's funny when you think about it, but it's like an ecosystem on R9K and other places, where even the people who you don't really want to be there, they serve a certain role. But that was just an interesting way of looking at it that he kind of put me on. How much time has passed? We're 10 minutes in. God damn. All right, so we got that out of the way, guys. Coming up, we're gonna talk about the NIGHTWALKS, and I also got like a special video treat for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned. And I'm sorry, I'm looking at this Dragon Ball Fighter Z video. This game is gonna be tight. I'll be back, y'all. I'll be right back. Let's take a trip. I'ma stroll through the darkness. What's up, motherfuckers? I am back, and like I said, today's episode is called NIGHTWALK, and we're gonna talk about those little trips that NEETs tend to go on at night to just get some fresh air and shit, right? So first of all, what is a NIGHTWALK? A NIGHTWALK is just when you go outside at night to really just get some fresh air and look at the moon and just some alone time. Because even if you're a NEET or a hickey, you're still a human being. You still have certain needs, and just naturally you're going to enjoy being outside. But the problem is, when you're introverted, when you're shy and all fucked up in the head, you don't really like being around people like that. You don't want to be surrounded by people and a lot of noise, and you might be self-conscious. People are judging you. You might run into some conflict or whatever. But at night, especially like early in the morning and shit, like 3, 4, 5, it's just empty. It's peaceful. It's beautiful outside. Like sometimes I love like just looking at the stars and the moon and that cool air, man. It's really a great thing. It's just a way to kind of switch things up, make life more interesting, not be stuck in the house all the time. Initially, man, I swear it got so bad for me at one point, like I couldn't even like go to the store. Like I was so I just lost the ability to just leave home and go anywhere, and because I was just so fucked up in the head. So gradually I started training myself by going on these NIGHTWALKs to go outside and go places, even like dark, scary places and shit where you really wouldn't want to be. I gradually just train myself to be able to, leave the house. It took me a while, but I did end up breaking like out of like my hickey ways. At the very least, I could at least go outside and just, get the fuck out of the house. But yeah, it was really bad at one point. And I remember how it all started too. I think, because I was trying to get into shape. And I think I was watching like Naruto. I think this was when Toonami had just came back and Naruto was on, and Rock Lee, that motherfucker, he'll inspire you. So I saw that and I just wanted to just get in shape, right? So I just started going outside at night. Really didn't matter what time, just really late so that nobody would be out. And I would go jogging. At night, and I would always take my MP3 player with me and listen to like some anime or video game music while I ran or jogged or whatever. And that made it so much fun. Like I was like, it just put me in that zone. It put me in the zone because I always grew up like playing video games and watching anime and admiring those characters, and not just because of the cool shit that they do, but their dedication and their work ethic as far as like training and shit. So that was kind of an inspiration for me to just go out, get in shape and push myself. And listening to the music that I associated with those shows, it really got me pumped up and made something that should have been, miserable and exhausting really fun and exciting. So just like that's one thing I definitely have to recommend is like not just going out for night walks, but also jogging and exercising. That is so much fun, especially if you pick the right music to listen to. It turns it into an adventure, I swear. Like man, runner's high is no joke. That shit is so real. I remember once, like, I was running and I was so fucking like tired. My ankles and everything was just beat, but I kept pushing myself, and I reached like I just reached like a flow state, and I had to force myself to stop. I think I could have kept running like all damn day. Like I was in the fucking zone. But yeah. That's really one of the things that makes night walking fun for me. I know some people just prefer to just go out, have like a cigarette, smoke, go to the park or whatever. But I like to really get athletic. I like to really get into like a workout when I'm out at night. So, yep. And let me see. That's really how I got into it. Just wanting to get out and exercise and shit. And it's really been like a habit since then. I kind of fell off a little bit because I started like working out indoors more, like doing like push-ups and shit. But I started doing it more lately, and it's still as fun as it's ever been. So yeah. So what are the benefits of a night walk? Other than the obvious, like I said, fresh air, you clear your mind and everything. It really helped me personally to just get over like my fear of like leaving the house and things like that. If you got it's weird, but it really did kind of translate into being able to go out during the day as well, because even at night you'll have like cars passing by and shit like that, and if you're jogging at night, you do feel a little self-conscious if somebody sees you. But it was so fun to me that I wouldn't stop for anybody. So that really, in a way, it translated to like my day, day adventures, and I was able to kind of just get over that fear of like going far. And I reached a point, now I'm at the point where I walk for miles. I mean, just for example, Walmart is like 2 or 3 miles from my house. I walk all the way there and back. I've even like, I even like fucking run there and, just shit like that. Like, I don't give a fuck. So it's one of those practices that help you just not give a fuck about, being seen if you are seen. But that's some next level shit. We'll get into that later. But yeah, the biggest benefit for me that I've noticed is just that when I get back home after a night walk or a jog, I just feel so refreshed. You know, it's something like something gets caught up. Something just bottles up when you're stuck in the house all the time and you're on fucking 4chan seeing all this negative shit, crazy shit. And you know, you're stuck in your head, but that shit, it really just, it cleanses you. It has like a purifying effect on the mind and body, especially if you get physical. So that's why I really have to recommend night walks. But of course, you have to be careful. I've never gotten into any kind of trouble during night walks, but I've had like some funny situations. Like, let me see. Like, I've ran into like dogs and shit, but I've never had, you know, I've never had a dog like chase me or no shit like that. But I see a dog and they be like, oh shit, like is this like a Cujo or some a peaceful dog. But that's why I have to recommend like taking like some pepper spray or a knife, you know, even though I typically forget to. If I'm feeling extra paranoid, I make sure to take a weapon with me out, because I don't want some dog to maul me. And of course, they're like, every now and then you'll run into like a homeless guy or some shit. But I've never really had any type of, nothing really bad has ever happened. And I live in a pretty bad neighborhood too. I think my city got ranked as like one of the most deadliest small cities in America or some shit, like top 10, top 20. And nothing's ever happened. And that's why, and I honestly think that it's safer to go out like at night, not like peak night, like 8 to 2, but like 3 to 6, like it's nobody out. Like, the weirdest situation I probably had was, I felt like this car was following me one time. Like, maybe I was just tripping and shit, but I felt like this car was following me. But that's probably the weirdest thing that's ever happened. Other than that, it's been just smooth, man. Oh man. You know how when in Welcome to NHK, you see what's his name, Salto, he goes to the park and like smokes and chill and shit. That's what I used to do like when I first started going on night walks. Like, it was a big milestone to go from my house to the park. I remember I hopped on the swings and I felt like a little kid. I was just swinging like, yeah. It was dark and shit. I was scared. It was fun too. That's what really like broke the seal for me. Like, just making it to the park. And from then on, the night was mine. It was all mine. Also, police officers. I got stopped like one time, but this wasn't even like when I was on like a night walk, legit night walk. I was just going to the store at night and I was running back because I have a habit of, you know, just from doing the night runs and shit, got a habit of just running back and forth now. And the cops kind of stopped me like, everything's okay? I'm like, yeah, officer. And he's left. And yeah, so that's about all you gotta worry about. But let's focus more on like the night walk prep, like prepping for a night walk. Of course, you want to be dressed appropriately. Man, let me tell you, I just went on a long night walk because I was getting some footage for this video I'm about to play in a little bit. And I forgot my fucking gloves. Like, it was a beautiful night. It was cold as fuck, but it was beautiful. And I was having a blast, you know, listening to like some new music and shit. But my hands were freezing cold. I swear, like, I had to stop. Like, on the way back, I had to stop in like this racist ass diner where there's nothing but white people. And I was so scared, but I was so cold. I needed to warm up. I might put some of that like I recorded the audio when I went in there because I thought it'd be interesting. But man, like it was so cold. So you definitely have to dress appropriately or it'll be very uncomfortable. If it's like warm outside, then you really got to stress too much about it. But at night, you definitely want to, have your gloves, toboggans, especially if you're going on like a trek. Like I go on treks. So yeah. And for me, carrying an MP3 player is basically the standard. Like 90% of the time, because I'm usually like, if I'm out at night, then I'm usually like jogging or something. I want something like upbeat to listen to. So I think, and it really adds to the feel, like the atmosphere of the night walk. It gives it like a cool vibe. Like, if you're feeling depressed, you can play like, some somber music, something chill. If you're exercising, then you whip out that fucking Bruce Falconer DBZ OST or some shit like that Cheap Keep, whatever. And I have a very varied playlist for any type of situation just to set the tone. But yeah, I definitely advise taking an empathy, but be careful because when you got headphones on, it fucks with your radar. You can't, you might, it's good to know, like, just in case somebody running up behind you or some shit like that. So just be careful when you got your headphones on at night. And like I said, pepper spray or a knife, just in case. I've never had any type of situation like that, but I wouldn't want any of my friends here to get hurt. Listen to me. Hey, I'm gonna go outside at night because this black dude told me to. Nah, just be safe and shit. And also, one thing that makes night walks or just walks in general more fun is to have if you got any money, like, man, just for example, before I was really able to go on these long walks, like I always had to depend on my mom to take me places and shit. But now that I got my feet under me, I can go wherever I want, when I want, and I don't gotta ask for no ride or shit. And of course we have a 24-hour Walmart here, so I can go on like a night walk or ride my bike to Walmart when I got some extra money or some shit and just buy some things. Walmart is empty at night. It's a real cool vibe. But yeah, if you got money, instead of getting that ride or whatever, shit, and if it's any place that's open, walk there. It's fun. It's like an adventure. And when you got money and something like a goal to buy, it gives you like an incentive to take like those long trips. It makes it more interesting, so you don't feel like you're just walking into the fucking void. So yeah, that's about it as far as like describing, going over the whole night walk thing. What I'm gonna do now for you guys is, I went on like 2 night walks this week or last week. So, and I took some footage of, just some sights around the city and shit. Nothing really special. I just took it on my fucked up Android phone, so the quality isn't that great. But just to kind of show like what my city looks like, and show that I'm not just blowing smoke. I'm really out here. I'm in the streets, nigga. Nah, but yeah, just enjoy, and I'll be back after this short montage.
But I'm out of patience, I'm so isolated, but goddamn I'm faded. I'm thinking of running away, facing no turning away. Rap till there's nothing to spray, rap till there's nothing to say. Wave and say bye to the day. Sun's down, so it's safe to come out. Everybody sleeping, I'ma have some fun now. Whoa, on the go, you already know. Rain, sleet, or snow. On the trip, but I'm not packing clothes. I'm just packing balls, packing balls. Let's take a trip. I'ma stroll through the darkness. Little remedy for all the walls that I harness. Nobody else around, and that's the way I like it. Just walking through my town. Call me the midnight. Living like a hickey. Nobody can get me, but I wanna get up out my room and see the city. I think I can make it. All the streets are vacant, only after dark, so when it's time I gotta take it. Whoa, all on my own, that's all I know. My lonely soul, let's take a stroll straight through the abyss. Don't need a compass, no destination. Run to another location. Smoking weed under the street light. I hope everybody sleep tight. All this fucking brain fog, but I gotta stay strong. Not turn on like Dio. I'm like fuck a day job. No one else to judge me. No one else above me. It's just me, myself, and I. Walking on my own at night. On the night. So it's safe to come out. Oh shit, that's a stray dog. Guess I gotta run now. Dash it, peeling, now I'm feeling alright. Headphones turned up, head gone burnt up all night, all night. Let's take a trip, I'ma stroll through the darkness. Little remedy for all the walls that I harness. Nobody else around, and that's the way I like it. Just walking through my town. Call me the midnight kid. Night stalker. Just me and the moon. Just me and the moon.
So I hope you guys. Wait, is this thing recording? Am I tripping? I need to stop smoking. All right, we're good. So I hope you guys enjoyed that short video of my night walk adventures. And hey, if you like, in the comments, just leave like some comments about like your own adventures, your own night walks, your own like rituals. Has any like funny shit happen? Like, did you get bit by a dog or stopped by the cops or whatever? Robbed? No, I hope not. But yeah, just leave some comments about your personal experiences venturing out into the night all alone. And what even though the NEET life can be pretty depressing, you're stuck inside all the time. I think that just going out it's essential because life can be so depressing and shit, but you have to take back nature. It's good to have the internet, it's good to have the video games and the snacks, but some of the best things in life are really free. And just going outside and looking at the world around you, appreciating nature, the trees, the sky, the feel of it, the cool air on your skin and the wind, or just the heat, whatever. Like that, that's so important to me now. Just enjoying things like that. That's why I really recommend just break the seal, get out there into the night and claim it as your own. See those beautiful sights. See see what the world looks like at night. See what your city looks like under the cover of darkness. I'm trying to be all poetic here. But yeah, I think you get the idea, man. It's really fucking beautiful outside sometimes, so you definitely gotta check it out. And that's about it for today's episode. I'm gonna check back in with you guys for the third segment, and we're gonna have a last bit of fun before I get the fuck out of here. I will return. Skirt. Okay, guys, I am back. And as you know, before I fuck off, I always like to have a little fun with you guys, read a post, read some comments, and then skedaddle. I have an interesting 4chan post today. Now, this is from a trip bag named The Witch King. You may have seen him. Now, one thing I've noticed is that this guy, he always writes a fucking paragraph when he's replying. He never replies with some bullshit. He always dropping, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. He must be like some wizard level 30 or some shit. I don't know. But he seems like wise and intelligent as hell from the way that he posts. But, I always stop myself like, I hate reading long posts sometimes, but for him, I always got to stop and read. So I'm just going to read. This is a long one now, so bear with me. I forgot the exact thread that it was, but he was replying to somebody. And that somebody said, if I was a normie, but former robot, I would lurk R9K and give helpful advice when needed. I would know it's not robots' fault that they are that way, being one. The Witch King then replied, that's certainly an admirable sentiment, but lamentably also a naive one. For those trapped in the throes of a nightmare, down beneath the horizon in the dead of night, what would seem laughable absurdity to the waking is terrible reality. Monsters one would consider impossible in the daylight are as real as his own flesh and blood for someone languishing on the night side of the world. Well, most people wake up from those horrible visions, don't they? The sun rises and the darkness relents. What seemed so terrifying moments before suddenly becomes trivial. The memories of the time one spent tormented by the devils haunting the dream world begin to fade, and in time only pale shadows remain. What can someone who's emerged gasping from a Plutonian sea say to someone still drowning in its depths? How can a man who's finally woken up convince a man howling as he continues to dream that daybreak will eventually come when the latter has never himself been given license to see the sunlight and has no reason to believe it will ever shine upon him? Those men who can someday wake up will necessarily to do so alone. Regardless of how fervently those who slip, hell would like to harrow it to rescue the damned. The moment they escape, it is the same they forgot how to find and navigate the avenues that led back into its depths. Though the revolting and lovable, the sons of darkness and sons of light can attempt to converse, each would hear the words of the other as nothing more than glossalia. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Even if one of the latter once spoke the language of the former, he forgot it the moment his nightmares became nothing more than fading dreams. Now, if I had to translate that into a too long didn't read, I think he said, nigga, I don't give a fuck what you got to say. Fuck off, normie. Nah. But I think he was trying to explain how, it's really, how do I say this? It's pointless most of the time to try, like, because we all know that we have a sizable population of normies, people with their life mostly together, even some married people with kids I've seen, and promising careers, and they try to offer advice, and then we just sling shit back at them. And to me it seems like 90% of the time the advice and the effort they put into trying to change things is, it falls on deaf ears, man. People just don't want to hear that shit. And I think one thing, those people have to realize is that, places like WizChan, the incel board on Reddit, rest in peace, R9K, any place like that, people don't go there for advice. People go there to wallow in misery. I mean, it's it's why try to sugarcoat it? Like, I know why, when I'm feeling depressed, I don't want to hear some uplifting, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, man up bullshit, man. I want to talk about fucking porn. I want to talk about fucking Donald Trump trolling motherfuckers. I want to talk about some depressing dark shit. I want to talk about, just wallow and just feels, man. I want to talk about that feel with no girlfriend, I want to talk about, how much I masturbated last night. I don't want to hear your bullshit about, you can do this if you just clean up, get a haircut. I don't go to R9K for that. If I wanted to get a fucking haircut, if I wanted to learn how to fucking dress, I would go to FA. God damn it. If I wanted advice, I'd go to ADV. If I wanted to socialize, I'd go to SOC. Think about it, man. Why come to R9K trying to give fucking advice? It does not make sense. You're wasting your time. But at the same time, I do also appreciate, even at the pit of despair, when I'm laying on my back on the couch with the laptop on my stomach, Cheeto dust on my fingers, dry cum on my stomach, whatever. Every now and then I find myself clicking on those advice threads, those self-improvement threads, just looking for little nuggets of wisdom. There's just always, no matter how much I try to give up, there's still that piece of me that's like, reaching for the light, wants to find something. But to be honest, it's very rare that I find a piece of information that's gonna, I don't think that you're gonna find a life-changing post on 4chan. If it was that easy, I wouldn't be here right now. So yeah, kind of went on a rant there. I think I might want to wrap that up. But yeah, man, shout out to the Witch King. He always posts some just beautiful. I don't even know what half the shit he was saying meant. I'm just parroting his posts. I'm on R9K posting straight bullshit 90% of the time. Really got to live up to that example. So, all right, now that that's out of the way, I'm going to get into some comments. I'll be right back. I just got to figure out where I put them. Be right back. It's funny because it's 4:54. I'm trying to wrap this shit up so I can have no time to go on a fucking night walk. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. I'm gonna answer a few comments, then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. So let's go. Now, Ian Siegel said, "This beat is so good. Jesus Christ." Now, I think he's talking about the beat for Couldn't Say Hello, and I couldn't say I agree with you more. Wait, does that make sense? I don't know, but yeah, you're fucking right. That beat was dope, man. I swear. The beat started off as the way it was in the beginning, like when I'm just like the first 40 seconds or whatever. And I don't know what it was, but I found just this sound or I don't know what it was, but something just clicked and it changed the whole beat. And that's what makes that song so cool, is that it starts off like it's got that same vibe as like INFP, like depressing and kind of down. But when that bass hits, it just picks up and it's like a totally different song. But yeah, that's one of like my best beats that I've made. That's one of my favorite beats that I've ever made so far. Like, I'm glad that I'm getting better, and I'm glad that you appreciate it. That's a good ass beat, man. All right, what's next? All right, the Tara Loves Makeup. What kind of name is that? Said, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but my name is Chad Marco too. You don't say. I am a musician from Canada. We should collaborate or start a band called the Chad Marco Experience. First of all, I cannot believe somebody else came up with that fucking name. But it's funny. I did like a while ago, before my videos had any like views and shit, I typed in my name, and I did notice that there was another artist named like Chad Mark. I was like, damn, but really I was like, fuck it, bro. I ain't going back. So, but maybe that's you. I don't know. Probably not. Maybe probably, I don't know. I always thought it was a pretty original name because I got it from fucking my Fallout 3 character. I thought, it's like 2 first names, so I thought it was pretty original, but I guess not. But, I was thinking, how they got rappers called, like, you got Lil Wayne, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Peep, rest in peace, Big L, Big Pun, Big Sean, Young Jock, Young Dro, you know what I'm saying? You know how they got like these kind of established like name, like the name before the name, like Lil, Big, or Young. I always thought it would be funny or awesome for like Chad to be like the new, like you can have like, I'm Chad Marco, and then somebody else is like Chad Alex or Chad Money or just whatever, Chad Moed, whatever the fuck, it'd be cool for that to be like, whoever fuck with me or whatever, like that'll be like our little sign, like Chad, and it's funny because it really works, even though it didn't originate this way, it really works into the whole robot music, the whole robot music thing because of the whole Chad Thundercop meme. And it's kind of ironic. It's also ironic because, I'm like a loser and shit, and I'm using like Chad, but whatever. That would be cool as fuck though. I would love to see that kind of take off, like people using Chad like as their name before their name, That'd be cool as fuck. Yeah. Thank you to Tara Loves Makeup. What's next? All right, Werewar 666 said, you need more exposure. You have catchy beats. A ton of your vids are genuinely humorous too. Although I guess associating with the Taiwanese finger painting community isn't really something you want to do if you're looking for success. Anyway, keep it up, man. This stuff is good. And you make a good point, like can't really get too far, just being like a fucking R9K rapper, but I'm sure some people like really question like is this guy really fucked up? Like what's up with this guy? No, I'm really fucked up. Like I don't really have like, I think most rappers, they get big because they kind of take over their city, they make connections, they network and shit. I never been really good with that. I fuck with a few local artists, but that's mostly guys I already knew from high school that already knew I rapped and shit. So, if I really did want this to take off, I would have to kind of branch out and see what's up, but I mean, you guys know how fucked up I am, right? Like, you can't really count on me for shit like that. But I appreciate the advice, and but also I gotta admit I like my fan base that I have now, even though it's just like a couple hundred, because I feel like you guys really understand me the most. People. I'm sure some people in my city will get it. But it's unusual, especially for a black guy, to kind of go on the journey that I have and to experience the things that I have, as far as like being a fucking a loser and shit of my variety. But on R9, like this shit that I'm making, like I think was really making it, kind of catch steam is that, I'm not just writing bullshit like I used to do. I'm not just writing anything. Like I'm really putting like 90% that I'm putting into like the robot music songs and shit that I really understand, shit that I really know and feel. And I think that it's resonating with that particular crowd. So I don't know exactly where I'm gonna go from here, but I know that I gotta get this off of me. I gotta get that robot music shit out of me. I gotta get as much as that out of me as I can and get it to as many people who understand as I can. I see at least like 3 volumes of robot music before I kind of move on to something else. But I'm also gonna do like the anime thing on the side too, cause that's my way to just have fun and express myself in like a more upbeat way. Thank you for that comment, dude. Let's roll. All right, Marco. Wait a minute, is he doing? Oh no. Marco Campos said, I'm pretty sad this one got so little views. The intro alone is a masterpiece. He's talking about Melancholy. That was one of the songs I made because if you don't know, I started rapping I kind of went through like 3 seasons. I started rapping, kind of fell off because I hit like a real bad depression and shit. And then I started rapping again, and then after that, took another break, and then kind of looked up and like, oh shit, I'm getting good at this. But Melancholy was one of those songs that kind of came about during like, kind of like, I don't know, like few years ago. But that's when I was really starting to kind of get good. Really, I was starting to really get good at what the fuck I was doing. Like I mean the song now to me is kind of it's kind of beneath like the kind of standard that I'm setting now, but it's one of those early songs where you see the potential. Like that beat is simple, but it's got like this dope like vibe to it, and the lyrics are just fun and all over the place. You can see a glimpse of what I would kind of it's like it's the blueprint, but that's still one of my favorite tracks to this day. And I really appreciate that other people appreciate it. I can't believe it. But thank you, Marco. Let's go. Cert said, remember making a random thread on R9K and someone started shilling for you? Best thing to happen in a while. You sure it wasn't me? Nah. But usually what I do, if I'm posting anything that has to do, like if I'm posting something of mine, I usually let people know. I don't like just posting my shit randomly. I like if I'm gonna shield, then I'm gonna put my face on it. I'm gonna let you know like, hey, I'm right here. That's why I usually use that girl Maria from that anime, that chocolate girl, she's cute as fuck. I love that little girl. She is so cute. But I usually use her as like my kind of avatar whenever I'm posting my music, so people know it's me that's posting it. I don't like just posting my shit, without really attaching myself to it. I want you to know when I'm there. So unless you saw that picture or I said something cute to let you know it was me, it probably wasn't me. So it's kind of cool that people are, starting to kind of like, hey, listen to this. So I really want more of that because, just all the good feedback that we've gotten so far with this music, like, if this many people like it on the board, then, I think it's really important that, at least everybody gets a chance to check it out. Cause, it's just some cool shit, man. Some dope shit going on. Thank you, sir. And shield for me, please. Moving on. Jokey said, do a tour soon. I cannot believe people think that I'm capable. I don't even know, like, I don't even have a car. I couldn't even do like a car tour. I can't believe people, but I really appreciate the sentiment though. Cause I that's cool that people think like, oh, like my music is fucking tour worthy. I'm just fucking fucked up as I don't know. God, but that's encouraging though. It's like, damn, like if they think I can do it, then fuck it, let's fucking try, right? But I'm not really planning anything like that right now. I just want to make music. I just want to make a lot of music and share it with you guys. But early next year, I want to start making like videos. Like that's my next step. Like right now, I'm just focused on making the music, and then after that, make some videos and do some networking, work with other artists and shit, and just go from there, man. I'm just taking it one step at a time, but that'd be awesome. Fuck, man. I love to see you guys, and well, I don't know, man. We some weird motherfuckers. Like if we meet, oh my god, like I'm on tour and I meet you people, god damn, like what? Oh god, what are you guys gonna do? All right, thank you for that comment, Jokey. I am super crash said fire as always. Now he put this on the Blow, like one of the songs on the Blow mixtape, and I'm like, what? Like, look, like those are my first songs, so I'm actually kind of embarrassed like to even put it out, because I feel like I've gotten so much better. Like I look back on those songs like, like just imagine like you're an artist that draws. Imagine the shit that you're gonna draw at first compared to what you would be drawing like a year or 2 or 3 or 4 years later. So I look back on those songs like, damn, I was so ass. But and I'm sure some people were like, these songs. But it's weird to me that some people actually fuck with that shit. Like, I just kind of put it out there as a treat, as an appreciation. But I had no idea people would actually like that bullshit. Like, like, oh man, I was just rapping. Like, I had commented, I replied to somebody, and kind of talked about it. But when I first started rapping, I didn't give a fuck. I was rapping about everything. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm getting the money, I'm fucking the bitches, I'm riding a Rari. Like, I ain't give a fuck. But now I try to just, I try to put more, I don't know, I like just making stuff that's kind of closer to home with me, stuff that's more authentic. But back then I ain't really give a fuck. I was just rapping about anything and really rough around the edges. Like my flow, my energy, the beats, everything was just, to me, just weaker back then. But it's, fuck it. You like it? Shit, you like it. But, and I also said that, as cringy as some of those songs are to me now, as cringy as some of those songs are to me now, it was a necessary process. It was, if you compare those songs to what I'm making now, it really shows, like, if you decide to take something up and stick with it, it'll pay off. But you do got to go through like that process of just learning and making mistakes and kind of finding your own swag, your own flow and things like that. And I'm just now really starting to get the hang of this shit. So more good music for the future, huh? Thank you, I Am Crash, for appreciating my trash. Now, that's it for today. And oh man, I gotta say, my throat is like fucked up now. I've been talking too much. But yeah, guys, I had a great time with you guys today. What's the next episode gonna be about? I don't know. I got an idea. How about next episode we talk about food, right? Let's talk about neat snacks, like just, the shit we pig out on, the tendies, right? So yeah, I think next episode is gonna be about food and junk food and, just being a fat neat. What being a fat neat is like, right? All right, so I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. I hate goodbyes. Bye-bye.